Hello, I'm here to inform you about a crisis that is going on throughout our nation. According to the Washington Post, there is a growing number of parents who do not vaccinate their children because of a growing belief that autism is caused by thimerosal, a preservative present in the MMR vaccine. My claim is that the link between the MMR vaccine is unproven to autism. That the link between the MMR vaccine and autism is unproven. The MMR vaccine is a vaccine given to small children to protect them against measles, mumps, and rubella. Thimerosal is a mercury-containing organic compound that, since the 1930s, has been used widely as a preservative in vaccines to prevent contamination of harmful microbes, and it is made of 50% mercury. Autism is a collection of disorders of brain development called autism spectrum disorders. The disorder is characterized by impaired social interactions and communications and by restricted and repetitive behavior. Now then, here are my supporting claims. Bad science was used to come up with the link between autism and thimerosal, and the cause of autism is not vaccination. Those are my two claims. My two supporting claims. First of all, bad science was used to come up with the link between autism and thimerosal. The person who first published a study in 1998 that linked thimerosal to autism was later discredited because he received funds from a trial lawyer that was representing a family suing a pharmaceutical company because they felt autism was caused by vaccine. 11 of the 12 other people who wrote the paper retracted their paper after they found out that that the person who received funds had meddled with the results. Second of all, the toxicity level of thimerosal is very low, and it's well within the guidelines stated by the FDA. According to the FDA, the guidelines it implements on thimerosal levels are based on methylmercury, a derivative of mercury more toxic than ethylmercury, which is the type of mercury that is found in thimerosal. This means that we could actually receive more thimerosal than what vaccines actually contain, and it would still be safe. The safe dosage, according to the FDA, is 0.1 micrograms per kilogram of body weight per day, which the thimerosal vaccine complies with. There has been correlation demonstrated among autism and the rise of vaccinations. However, this correlation is not what it would appear. According to an article by the Gazette in the Gazette by Mark Roth, there is intriguing indications that most, if not all, autism increase is due to a result of broadening the criteria for the diagnosis and identification of children with autism who would have been labeled with different diagnoses in the past. There has also been a rise in diagnostic substitution, labeling someone as autistic today who would have been labeled as mentally retarded 30 years ago. Lastly, I would like to point out that the cause of autism is not yet known. However, it is known that, according to the CDC, there is a strong genetic basis for the disease. Now, the reason why I thought this was important is because parents aren't vaccinating their kids anymore because of fear of autism. A lot of kids are developing measles, mumps, and rubella. These diseases were thought to be gone from the U.S. for more than 50 years. But as recently as 2005, there was a measles outbreak in Indiana. So, thank you.
All right, the opening quote I thought did a good job setting up the controversy. You identify your proposition very clearly. The phrasing is solid. The secondary claims are laid out, although the phrasing on the second one is a little bit awkward. Good background definitions that make everything relatively clear later on. Your signposting on the first point was clear. I wasn't clear at all when you got to the second point, so that was a little problematic. You've got some good citations of authorities. You need to be a little bit more specific, for instance, on the claim about the criteria changing, and that's the real issue. And also the information about the 11 of the 12 people who were part of the study withdrawing from it, and that the person was discredited because they were associated with a lawsuit. You need to give us a source citation on that. The explanations I thought were pretty clear on the first point. You had a couple of things that you had to explain, and I thought you did a good job on that. On the second point, just as you're starting to make an argument, you just kind of run out of stuff to say, and it seems like you stopped sort of abruptly. All right, thank you.